What is up, everybody? Week 13 of the NFL season is here. We are off and rolling, man. Week 13 of the season. This is crazy. Sorry for the late delay. I know we're about less than 30 minutes away from kickoff, so let's get things started right away, man. Same scenario as always. You know the drill, man. Straight picks against the spread. You see the record down below. It speaks for itself. See the betting record down below. That speaks for itself following a 5-0 week last week. A perfect week. Haven't had that in a while, but I did have it earlier this season. So it's nice to see that we're still positive in all fronts. So we got some good games today, man. Really, really good ones. We got some nail biters potentially. You got a lot of close spreads, a lot of games that could go either way. I'm freaking excited for it. Got George coming on a little bit later, but let's do this, man. Let's get this show on the road. What's up, Zell in the chat? What's going on, my man? Bye week for your Giants, man. Week 13. Week 13 bye week, man. How crazy does that sound? So let's start with game one. We got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots. Chargers are favorite here. They're in New England. The weather there is probably not so good. That's probably why the over-under is at 38.5. Listen, I like the Chargers in this matchup. I don't trust the New England Patriots. I'm not going to trust the New England Patriots. They just lost to the freaking Giants. 4.5. You're getting over 3 points. You're at home. It's Bill Belichick. Listen, I'm over all of that. I'm over anybody who's going to try to talk me into the Patriots. It ain't happening. Give me the Chargers. Now, Staley and the Chargers aren't people that I'm too confident in, but just like Zell says, Pat's getting Caleb Williams, and maybe that's probably what they want. And I sure as hell hope not as a Dolphin fan, because I think Caleb is the real deal. I know you think otherwise, but give me the Chargers in this game. Give me the Chargers minus the 4.5 as well. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. I love Kyler Murray, but that was a bad performance by the Arizona Cardinals last week. You're going on the road against a physical, tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Steelers offense sucks. Steelers defense, amazing. Steelers at home, amazing. Mike Tomlin's amazing. That speaks for itself. You're getting less than a touchdown here, minus 6.5. Give me the Steelers to win that game, and give me the Steelers minus 6.5. I think Najee Harris has a big game today, and that's something to say. I think Jalen Warren has a big game today as well. I think they both have big games. The Cardinals defense, they could get run on, and I expect big things from both Warren and Najee Harris. What's up, Giannis? Chargers winning with the GOAT Herbert. Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers with that. Zell agrees with me. He's got the Steelers as well. Very nice to see. Next, the Denver Broncos. How about the Denver Broncos, man? Freaking winning streak. Like, are you freaking kidding me? The Broncos are on a crazy winning streak. I've been saying it for a couple weeks now. They've really turned the corner. And Russell Wilson has 20 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Like, yo, look at Russell Wilson's stats, man. You'll be surprised, yo. Back to letting Russ cook. Nice to see. I'm a big Russell Wilson guy, but I do not like the Denver Broncos. Now, the Broncos are going against the Houston Texans. My other boy, CJ Stroud. Texans are favored at home here, minus 3. Texans lost last week at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I picked to win that game, and damn right they did so. Now, Broncos on a winning streak. Texans coming off a loss. Texans at home. CJ Stroud, you know how I feel about him. It's time. All winning streaks come to an end. This is when it will come to an end. You got an angry Texans team. All right. They stayed at home because they played at home last week. So they stayed. They didn't travel. They're coming off a loss. You got a Denver Broncos team who's feeling themselves right now. Perfect spot to take an L here for the Broncos. Give me the Texans. Love this play. Love the Texans straight up. Any which way you got it. Like, just take it, man. Texans to win this game and Texans minus 3. Zell with the Denver Broncos on the chat. Interesting. I'm zagging the other way, my man. I got Houston in this, and I got them comfortably. The winning streak is over. I said it. The Detroit Lions now taking on the Saints. All right. Now, Lions 2 weeks ago with a stinker against the Bears, and they ended up winning that game. They got lucky. This is as simple as that. They got lucky. I was thinking that, hey, they're thinking ahead. They're excited for the primetime game. They're excited for the Thanksgiving matchup against division rival Green Bay Packers. They'll get it together against Green Bay and go off. That score ended up 29-22, but it should have been by more. The Lions were a complete no-show on Thanksgiving. They were a complete no-show against the Bears the week before, even though they won that game. We think highly of the Lions, right? We think the Lions are going to win the division. We spoke highly about their offense. That's back-to-back games where they're not really, playing the way the Lions were playing to previous weeks in the beginning of the season. I think they get back to it. I think they win this one big. I love the -4 here a lot. Give me the Lions -4 and give me the Lions straight up taking on the Saints in New Orleans in the Big Easy. Give me the Lions. It's time for them to make a statement. It's been a couple weeks now. Next, you got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tennessee Titans. All right. Now, this is division game. They already played once before. I sound like a broken record. I say it every single time. It is hard to beat a team twice in the division, especially if it's not a landslide in competition. These two teams, it's not a landslide in competition. The Colts won the first matchup. Now, Titans are at home. Yes, the Colts look like a better team and have a better team. Vrabel's the better coach. It's just, even with Jonathan Taylor out, by the way, I still think the Colts have a better roster. But Vrabel's a better coach. Tennessee is at home. I think Derrick Henry scores today, and it's hard to beat a team twice. So this is why I absolutely love the Titans in this spot. It sounds weird to say with the way their roster looks, but listen, man, you're not gonna beat Mike Vrabel twice. You're not gonna beat him twice in a season. You're not unless the landslide of their rosters are completely different. Like I'm talking, like if it's fucking Chiefs Titans or something, but come on, Colts Titans, give me the Titans. I love the value too with the money line as well. Next, Atlanta Falcons going against the New York Jets. Falcons are favored on the road here, -2. You got Boyle over there starting for the Jets. You saw how that went last week. Breece Hall questionable. I believe he is playing, but you're not having 100% Breece Hall. You got a Falcons team that literally loves to run. This is what they love to do, and that's what the Jets have not been able to stop this season. Giving up a ton of yards to the running game. I think Bijan has a big game. You got some shitty weather outside here as well. Some rain coming in, some fog coming in. So the Falcons literally are going to be able to do what they're comfortable doing. You're getting this -2. It was -1.5 yesterday. That's when I grabbed it. I like the spot for the Falcons because literally what they love to do is what the Jets have difficulty stopping. I respect the Jets defense, don't get me wrong, but their offense to put up points, nah, man. The under also has gone down. George is going to talk about that a little bit later when he hops on. But give me the Falcons to win this game. Give me the Falcons -2 as well. Zell says that he has the Falcons on a toss up. What's up to Anthony on the chat? What's up? Let's go Steelers. Steeler Nation representing. All right. Big game for y'all. My boys, Miami Dolphins taking on the Commanders. This game is on the road. Dolphins favored by 9.5 points. I am not spending too much time on this. I got the Dolphins, and I got the Dolphins minus the 9.5. I went into depth on earlier's stream on Tuesday, and I got the Dolphins winning big. Absolutely, I think a big game from Tua, even though the weather's kind of shitty out there. Still think big game for the whole Miami Dolphins offense today. Next, the Carolina Panthers onto the 4:00 slate. Taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks are at home, -3 points. I don't feel confident in either of these teams. I actually absolutely don't trust either of them. I think they both suck. Like, this is just an awful game to watch. But I gotta make a pick, man. So give me the Bucks and give me the Bucks -3. It's a game that I won't be paying attention to be honest. Zell says Dolphins easily. I sure hope so. It should be the case, but any given Sunday, never know. San Francisco 49ers taking on the Eagles. The Eagles getting +3 at home. How about this line? Seems kind of weird, right? You got a team with one loss in the season at home getting 3 points, a Super Bowl contender, after they beat this team in the playoffs last year. Something just doesn't seem right, man. That just seems like such an obvious play to take the Eagles, right? That's when that happens, when I think like that, that is when I zag the other way. I think the 49ers actually win this game, and I like the 49ers -3. Worst case scenario, it's a push, to be honest, but I'm going to take my chances. If it goes down to 2.5, which I have a feeling it might, I think, a lot of people see that 3 and are probably going to think the Eagles cover. So I haven't bet it yet, but if it goes to 2.5, I'm taking the 49ers. You got a healthy 49ers team now. Ayuk is playing good. You got Debo back, CMC back. You got the 49ers finally healthy. They've had this matchup circled since they lost to them in the playoffs last year. I get it, Philly's at home, but give me the Niners, man. I'm actually feeling the Niners in this game. I think they win, and I'm going to take -3. Worst case scenario, it's a push, but I'm going to take my chances. It's going to be a good game, man. Anthony says 49ers win. There we go. I thought people were going to be all on Philly on the chat. So nice to see somebody agrees with me. Zell says this is tough. Let me know what you got, man. It's going to be a good one. Cleveland Browns taking on the Rams. This game is a little bit weird, man. I lost a lot of respect for the Browns last week, man, for the way they played, to be honest with you. And I've been speaking very highly of the Browns, but they're just a tough watch, man. They're really a tough watch. They really are. Give me the Rams to win this game. I just think they look better. And give me the Rams. You know what? Man, this is a tough one. Tough one, because I respect the Browns defense, but they kind of been letting me down. Fuck it, I'm going back to the well. Give me the Browns +3.5, but give me the Rams to win that game. Next, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Green Bay Packers. Listen, Packers look like they got some juice now. Now they look alive. Of course, once I start fading them, that's when they do good. That's how shit happens all the time. They're in Lambeau Field. Jordan Love is playing better football. I think the Packers actually have a chance to get into the playoffs. Well, obviously they have a chance, but I mean to say I actually think they do get in, believe it or not. But going against the Chiefs, I'm going to lay the 5.5. I get it, you're at Lambeau, but that does not matter. You got Pat Mahomes -5.5, coming off a big win against the Raiders, putting up a lot of points. I expect Kelsey to get into the end zone, and I expect the Chiefs to do what they do when they are on prime time, as always. Joe Flacco starting. That's right, for the Browns. That is right. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Monday Night Football, last game before we get George up on here. We got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars look good, man. They're finally starting to look good. Trevor Lawrence, well, they've been doing their thing, but Trevor Lawrence is starting to look good. What a great game. So many freaking 3rd and long situations where he was just delivering. I'm like, that's the Trevor Lawrence I've been waiting to see right there. Things looking good in Jacksonville. Jacksonville with that big win against Houston last week. They needed it. Now they're at home in a primetime spot. You know those fans are going to go crazy. I think Trevor goes crazy. Love the Jaguars in the spot. I'm going to lay that big number 9.5, and I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars, and those are my NFL picks. And without further ado, it's time for the best part of the show. Bringing in my guy, George, coming off a 6-4 week, bouncing back. The record speaks for itself. George, what's going on, my man?
Yo, what's up, man?
What up? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like you said, big bounce back, bro. You went 5-0 last week. I'm not even gonna call it a bounce back, bro, because we barely had any off weeks. You know what I mean? So just
Facts.
stacking up, making more money. Obviously, I don't expect everybody to tell every pick, but if you've been telling us even like 50% of our picks, you're probably up a lot of money, man. So, I like what we've been doing. I like how we've been working, the picks we're bringing in, and everything's looking up, man. It's looking up for the season.
I agree with you, man. We've been doing our thing. The record speaks for itself, bro. The record speaks for itself. So what are you on today for this week 13?
All right, so let me get you started, man, with a couple of touchdown scorers. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown, +125 on FanDuel. The dude is a dog, one of the best receivers in the NFL. I think you could throw his name up there now, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of the top receivers, man. He's so consistent. They look for him in the end zone all the time, and all Jared Goff has to do is not have a horrible game, and I think he gets one in there, man. It's just hard for me to pick now between Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, so I'd like to go with maybe the wide receiver instead of having to pick one of the running backs.
And Sam Brown been doing his thing, bro. I think this is a big
He's
spot for
great, man.
the Lions offense. Looks like they need to make a statement today.
They need a bounce back, man. They've looked kind of shaky last couple of weeks.
Facts.
Sticking with it, man. I'm gonna actually copy you from last week, Derrick Henry, to get into the end zone, +115 on DraftKings. I like what you said about the Titans and Mike Vrabel. And listen, man, Henry looked good last week, and I'm hoping that he has a repeat performance against a division rival. I think that's going to be a gritty game, and I think if anybody's going to get into the end zone, it's probably him or D Hop. Obviously, better odds on D Hop getting in there, but I like Derrick Henry for what he was at there, plus money, +115 on DraftKings.
Derrick Henry plus money. I love it. I mean, the dude is a horse, bro, especially in the goal line. Even though Spears has been
Yeah,
doing his thing, bro, in the
yeah,
goal line is giving it a King Henry, bro. So
every time, man, every
love
time.
it. What else?
Just give it to him 3-4 times. Moving on, Broncos Texans. Give me the over for the first half, 22.5 points, minus 115 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. I think that's going to be a really good game. I'm not going to lie, man. I think there has the potential to be some fireworks there. I do like the Broncos defense. I do like the Texans in a lot of spots. But give me that to be a pretty high scoring game and maybe the best game at a 1 o'clock window.
Yeah, I think so, bro. That it might have some fireworks, bro. You know, Denver's feeling good too.
Oh,
So
they are, man. I like Denver now, man. After you put that thing on them, after you guys really
uh-huh.
killed them, they've been looking real good, man.
And
Real good.
me and you are Russell Wilson guys too. So it's
Yeah,
good to
I
see.
love Russell Wilson, man.
What else you on?
Sticking with one of your guys, man. Give me Raheem Mostert to get into the end zone. I try to look for the best value I could, man, on Tyreek Hill, but minus 125 was the best I could get it at. So I figured, listen, let me take a running back. Let me get a guy who has a nose for the end zone, who knows how to score, and who the Dolphins love. Raheem Mostert plus 110 on Hard Rock Sportsbook to get into the end zone.
Your bro, Hard Rock has like the best
Touchdown
odds for
scores.
touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're so good, man.
I mean, that was minus 125 on FanDuel right before I got on here. So
yeah, see, crazy, bro.
good
Crazy.
value. What else you on?
Falcons, Jets, man, sticking with my guys. The only play I have here is an under 36.5. This is minus 138 on Sports Trade. The under is you probably can't get it for those odds. But to be honest with you, man, if you see it at a spot you like, 35.5, 36, 36.5, as long as you like the value you're getting for the under, I just don't see it being a high scoring game on either side. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jets aren't all of a sudden going to turn into an offensive juggernaut. And even if the Falcons have a pretty good game, they may not. They may only need 13, 20 points to win the whole game. So, I just feel like that's going to be a low scoring affair.
Yeah, man, and that number went all the way down to 33. So you got it at 36.
Oh my goodness,
that looks
bro.
That looks
Yeah.
great. That looks great right now for you, my boy. What else you?
It's gonna be a gross game, man. I'm gonna have red zone on the background. Obviously, I'm gonna still watch my Jets, but it ain't looking like an exciting game. You never know. It might end up being a 28-21 burner for the Jets and for the Falcons, but you never know. Patriots Chargers, man. Patriots Chargers. Obviously, love seeing the Patriots downfall. I'm sorry if anybody in the chat is a Patriots fan, but I'm a Jets fan. Nando's a Miami fan, so we kind of both know what territory it is. Give me under 40 plus 100 on Fliff. As much negative things as I want to say about the Patriots, their defense is not one of those things. All right, their defense can still hold teams down to very, very little points. The problem is they just can't score. Their offense looks horrible. So even if the Chargers put up a decent amount of points, I don't think the Patriots do, and I don't think the Chargers put up a lot of points either. So the under 40 for plus money, plus 100 on Fliff, to me was a no-brainer. I really like the value there, and I had to take it.
Bro, you get great value all the time, and this is why George does recommend everybody on the chat. If you guys can get multiple sportsbook, man, shop the best lines. It's the best because right now, if you're just using like FanDuel, for example, the over-under's at 38.5. So George is getting 1.5 points value right there. And that's just like why wouldn't you? If you could, try to get it, bro. Good shit.
A lot of the bets too, man. What you see is, bro, Vegas and all these sports books and their models, they're very accurate, man. So a lot of times, a lot of those bets that you end up losing by half a point, by 1 point, by 1.5, if you get some value early, especially if you see the lines trending your way, you might win a bet by a half a point where somebody else is gonna lose one because they waited too late to get some value. You know what I mean? So I really, really, really advocate, man. Do some line shopping, get as many sports as you can. Take advantage of the sign-up promos, man. Some of these books are doing like insanity, like a $500 free bet, $1,000 deposit match. Man, they're giving you free money, man. So take advantage of it.
Yeah, no facts, bro. And it's happened in your case, bro. There's so many scenarios where you've won bets and you have such a great record because you line shop early. Because a lot of times, bro, the numbers that it ends up finishing at, and you get it like 1 point or 0.5, just like you said, bro, so many times throughout the season. That's why your record speaks for itself, bro. So line shop, man. Take George's advice. What else are you on, bro?
Absolutely. So give me 2 plays on this game. Jalen Hurts to get into the end zone. Again, Hard Rock Sportsbook being very soft on touchdown scores. Plus 100 for Jalen Hurts. The fact that I'm still getting plus money on Jalen Hurts anywhere is insane. So give me plus 100 Jalen Hurts to get into the end zone. Give me the 49ers. I also do like them to win, and I have a couple bets for them winning. But the play I want to give out is over 24.5 points for just the 49ers. So team total over 24.5. This is minus 110, sticking with the same sports book in Hard Rock.
And that is also minus 110 on FanDuel. I did check before that, so you
All
could
right.
get that as well. I think
Beautiful. There you
that's
go.
a
So now
beautiful
you can,
play.
yep, you get it right there on FanDuel. Perfect. Last play that I got, man, the Chiefs and the Packers. Again, I think I saw this line at 43, if I'm not mistaken, while you were breaking down the picks. But over 41.5, minus 115 on BetMGM. I like the Packers to be able to put up some points, but the Chiefs to be able to put up more. I'm not saying it's going to be like a 70-point game, but for them to cover 42 points, I think is very, very doable. I think the Packers put up a little bit more of a fight than people expect, but the Chiefs ultimately come out on top and keep their thing going.
Yeah, I love that. And Green Bay's been looking good too, so they should be able to put
They
up some
have.
points.
I
And
hate to admit that, man, but they have. They have
same,
been
same.
looking good.
They the line went, it was 43 when I did the show, and it just went to 42.5. So
Okay. All right. Hey,
keep an eye on that.
Hey, yep, absolutely.
All right, cool. So let me share my plays that I am on today. Here is my, well, let me take this off real quick. Here is my Dolphins same game parlay to start with. It's heavy on the offense, man. It's heavily on the offense. It's plus 302. You got Tua with 250 passing yards. Even though you got bad weather, you got Waddle only getting 40. Tyreek Hill getting 80, which is icing on the cake. Raheem Mostert only 25. Even with A-Chain back, I still like Mostert. Obviously, we feed him a ton. Tua 2 passing touchdowns. Tyreek Hill 5 receptions. Jalen Waddle 3, and the Dolphins alternate spread to minus 1.5. Heavy on the offense because I don't trust Washington, so it is what it is. My next play is a straight bet. Is my favorite bet of the day. Sorry, George, but
Man.
yeah. Atlanta minus
I
1.5.
understand, bro.
Man.
I understand.
I gotta take it, bro. Atlanta minus 1.5. It just, if I feel like Atlanta's gonna win, I'm gonna lay the 1.5, bro.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
It's as simple as that, man. Detroit Lions minus 4. We talked about it, man. The Lions need to have a game where they've been looking sloppy. They need to get things going. I think they do so against the Saints. So I like that. Is Detroit minus 4, minus 110 on FanDuel. Next thing was a two-leg parlay. I like the Texans today. CJ Stroud been doing his thing. I think, Denver's been playing good, no doubt about it. But I think winning streaks come to an end. Houston coming off a loss. They didn't travel. They're staying right at home. I like this spot. So Texans and CJ Stroud 225 for minus 105 on FanDuel. Next play, I got the Titans plus 1.5. I like the Titans money line. But sometimes I've seen games end by 1 point, so I'm gonna take the plus 1.5. It's hard to beat a team twice, and like I said earlier, man, Mike Vrabel at home, Henry at home, getting that split in the division, I think is likely. And then my last play is a 3-leg parlay here. I saw this on Twitter and I liked it. I like all these 3 teams to win. It's plus 118, Dolphins money line, Jaguars money line, all to win plus 118, 3-leg parlay. And then my boy Anthony is a Steelers fan, and he decided to throw in a parlay that he said it's a hungry parlay, but he's a Steeler fan. And then I was looking at it, and I actually didn't mind it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna share it. It's not gonna be one of my officials, but this is what he has, bro. It's a little bit harder to read. Let me read this on my on my phone for you. I was like, damn, it's kind of intriguing. So he has Pittsburgh Steelers money line.
Okay.
He's got Kenny Pickett 175 yards against the Cardinals. Right. Yeah. He's got Kenny Pickett to throw 1 touchdowns. Over 18.5 receptions, so 19 completions. That's the one I'm a little bit worried about.
For Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got Kenny rushing over 8.5 rushing yards. That one's I'm a little bit worried about as well. But then he has Najee with 40. He should get that against the Cardinals. You got Deontay Johnson over 46.5 receiving yards. I don't know how I feel about that one. Freiermuth 25 yards receiving. I like that. James Conner 25 yards rushing. I like that. And Jaylen Warren anytime touchdown scorer. I like that as well. So you got 3 ones that are a little bit weird, but hey, that's why the parlay is the payout is what it is, man. $5 gets you 140, bro. So if anybody wants some extra shit to take a swing at, that's a Steeler fan, so take it for what you will, man. And those are my plays for the day, bro.
Hey, I can see it happening though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's not easy to hit parlays, obviously, but people do it. People do it every day. So you know what I'm saying? Like I took one when I take parlays. I like to kind of what I've been doing lately was been working for me. So Bet365 has this promotion almost every week where it's you bet $20 on a same game parlay, has to be at least 3 legs, has to be plus 100, and you get $10 back in bonus bets. So
Yeah, I
even
love
if you
that.
lose your parlay, you lose your 20, you get $10 in free bets, right? So what I've been doing, it's been working really well for me, is I'll pick 3 things. So I'll look at one matchup that I like. It doesn't even have to be an exciting one. So for today, I did. I'm not telling anybody to tell this, but just giving you an example of the kind of parlays I like to do. I took the Broncos plus 3.5 for the first half, Broncos plus 3.5 for the full game, and over, I believe it was either 41.5 points or 44.5 points. I'm not sure which one it was, but I took those 3 for plus like 200, 300 something. And I put $20 on that to win a certain amount and then get my money back. I've won on a lot of those parlays, the full game, half, and then either the over or under, depending on which lines are trending. So that I like to do, smaller parlays, 2 or 3 legs, but obviously a little bit better chance to hit than some of the bigger ones. But don't get me wrong, man, that real payout for the big ones, it's sometimes too hard to pass up, man. Sometimes too hard to pass up.
Bro, it is, man. It is. But I like that method that you use. But it's hard to pass up, especially like, when we have you have our boys that recommend like a parlay. It's like shit, so you might disagree with it, but you're like, fuck, bro. Am I really, what if I fade that and that shit hits?
And
bro?
it hits, right? Yeah,
Right.
I know, man.
It's
like
like,
hard, bro. Because it's like, yo, low key, bro, that could happen. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
it's hard, man. It's hard to just like, fade everything.
Bro, that's how I feel with my boy Am, bro. Like he's saying, I'm like, shit, bro. Like you need to chill sending me this shit. Cause now it's like I kind of could see it, and now you got me spending more fucking money.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it should be a good one, bro. We got some good games. Kickoff is about in 3 minutes, man. So we could head on out of here, bro. I appreciate
Absolutely,
you coming through, bro, pulling up as always. Good luck with your bets today, my brother. And
hey, you too, man. Hopefully we have another big week, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Follow George on Twitter. We will catch y'all next week. Probably normal time at 12 o'clock. Sorry for the delay, but enjoy the games. Gamble responsibly, like George says as well. And we'll catch y'all next week.